Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. Over 75,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, iPhone, or MP3 player.
I'm getting awesome, you're getting awesome, we're getting awesome, yeah, that's what I said now. I'm getting awesome, you're getting awesome, we're getting awesome, yeah, that's what I said.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a new year. It's a new AwesomeCast. We are back. We got a full-on panel. I am, of course, your in-studio host this week, Michael Sorg, back from diving in the river. We'll talk about that in a second. But with me, as usual...
Wait.
What?
Back from diapers. Come on.
Back from my man diaper shopping. On the line, Lego man Rob De La Creta. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm coming to you live from my new couch.
Excellent.
It is green corduroy and the most comfortable thing in the world.
Ooh, corduroy.
Yeah.
Sounds like we have to go do another show from this couch.
Yes, it does sound like we need to return to the couch and break it in.
Yeah. This couch and I new paint job in the room as well. Ooh. This is a nice blue paint job behind me. This demands a show, I think.
Yes, definitely.
Yes,
we'll be talking about that. We're going to be doing a little bit of touring this year.
We're touring.
We're touring. It's going to be the AwesomeCast tour. We'll return to the Slaughterhouse, so we'll be doing the 5-year Mayhem show party down at Sharp Edge. We may be in some back alley in the South Side. Who knows? And of course, on the couch with us is Chachi of ChachiSays.net. He's still Darth Awesome.
Hi guys.
Now, we got him the epic 2 camera angles this week, since there's nobody else on the couch. So, that's all he has. That's all he's got for the introduction. So, thank you very much. And then, on the other Skype line is John Chinchilla. I spent the New Year's with him. And decided, hey, get on the show. And with probably the best looking Skype feed we've had yet. It's pretty epic over there.
Sweet. Hey, how's it going?
If you can't tell, if you're not on video, he is using a Bluetooth earpiece. So bear with his audio tonight. So, how you doing tonight?
Not too bad. How are you guys?
All right. Just to fill people in, since you're new to the show, to the viewers, let everybody know what you do regularly, to where you're coming from and your expertise there.
I work for a bank in town in messaging technology. Pretty much looking at newer technologies to bring in. One of the things I'll probably talk about tonight is we're looking at probably putting in about 3,000 iPads.
Mm. That's been a big thing that we've been talking about. A lot of people implementing stuff like that. Actually, why don't we go into that? With the iPads, what are you guys doing with them up there?
We're looking to do email, calendar, to do basic collaboration type stuff. And then we're also looking to do sales techniques in the branches, and then also probably a little wider, giving them out to different executives so that they can get on their happy plane and surf the web, I guess.
So a little bit of a glory device for people on the end. So, actually, yeah, I know my wife, who also works at a law office, says they're starting to pop up there. A few of the lawyers got them for Christmas, and of course we talked to. So we mentioned Chachi's group. The lawyers were bringing them in there as well. So,
bastards.
have you had to service any new iPads from Christmas this past week, Chach?
Surprisingly, no.
Oh yeah,
none. So
it's a bigger firm. They probably already got their iPads. So,
right.
Yeah. Yeah. This one's a lot smaller than I'm thinking.
Yeah.
About.
The ones that are going to get an iPad have gotten the iPad.
Okay, I see.
So
your firm's on the cutting edge. Got it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fantastic. So, well, other than that, I mean, have you seen any, have there been tabs popping up? Have you been considering them, on your end there, Jill?
We're looking, we had the, Galaxy tablet.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't pan out so well. CES, they're probably going to release a bunch of information. One of the things we were talking about earlier was there's going to be a bunch of low-end tablets that may quasi-drag down the market.
Mm-hmm.
I know Motorola is redoing or revamping the whole interface, so it'll be an upgrade from their flip-top pager that I carry.
Yeah, and that's the big,
go ahead.
That's a big thing, CES this week. I believe it officially starts Thursday. There's a bunch of press events in the meantime. I remember a year ago when everybody didn't know there was going to be an iPad per se. Everybody was talking about slates. They were running on God knows what at the time. So everybody pretty much think there's just going to be more Android devices than we care to look at this week.
Yeah. If you really want to get familiar with them, just swing by Engadget. There's currently like 500 stories on the front page about tablets.
Already the pre-stories and everything.
Yeah, there's the LG Optimus, the Lenovo IdeaPad Windows 7 Slate. There's an Asus ePad Mimo, an Asus ePad Slate EP121. I could go on all night.
Well, that's the thing. But in comparison to last year, we had all these tablets that we never saw. I don't think even half of them saw the light of day. Most of them were killed.
Well, they said,
yeah.
They were saying today that actually Google, as soon as the iPad information was released, they went back to the drawing board and scrapped all of the existing projects.
Oh, yeah.
And started revamping all the hardware to go after the iPad.
Oh, I believe it. That was kind of it definitely eclipsed everything we saw. Like the coolest thing I think I remember from last year's CES was a laptop that had the tablet that was just the monitor for the laptop. It popped out and ran Ubuntu, ran Windows when it was plugged in. I think that was even just the concept there. I don't think they're even close to release as far as that goes as a computer concept.
And I think that's the Lenovo IdeaPad, I think.
Yeah, I think
Rob
you're right.
was talking about.
I think you're right, yeah. So
the other big thing for CES is going to be Microsoft's going to release their TV device to go against Apple TV and the Google. Logitech has the View,
Yep.
So they're going to go after that realm.
So is this going to be sort of the media center realized then?
I didn't read it. All I saw was that Microsoft was going to release their new TV device, so I have no clue what it's going to be.
Okay. And I think they start off the keynotes tomorrow. I haven't looked too much at the schedule. I don't know, CES is like, it should be exciting, but then it's not, you know.
CES is exciting when, like, you haven't already followed up and reported on, like, 5 of them. Like, it dims out pretty fast when you realize, first of all, everybody, like, there's no reason for you to, like, see anything instantly because the blogosphere for the next month is going to be nothing but dishing out CES news, and 99% of that news, like you said earlier, will never actually see the light of day. There's maybe like 1 or 2 products that come out of CES that people actually care about.
Mm.
And everything else besides like, hey, look, it's a new USB hard drive. Beyond that, like, everything else is total vaporware.
Yeah, and really the coolest thing comes out of it for me, I think, is when I watch Mac Break and they do a bunch of little tech demos. And stuff that may actually be useful. You know, and it's a little stuff that doesn't get a keynote event. But well, Rob, you're on the kind of the blogger beat over there at Macworld. Are you mostly product reviews, or do you do a little bit of response to CES here?
I'm doing mostly reviews right now. They don't have me doing the CES stuff. Macworld doesn't do a whole lot of CES coverage, mostly because they've got their own conference. They don't have to worry about it. Actually, the 2 are unrelated, but they really don't do much CES coverage, mostly because a lot of the Mac stuff, like nothing big in Mac comes out of CES. It's just little peripheral stuff that works, and you know, there's always going to be. I think the new big TV is like a 70-inch something or other from Sharp and Samsung. CES posters preview smart TV apps and the 70-inch Quatron LCD. There you go. A lot of TVs.
I don't think there's a wall in Rob's living room that TV could fit on.
No, there isn't.
Honestly, I don't think there's any wall in my house that TV could fit on.
Me neither. I have the small rooms, good sized house with small rooms.
Right.
So it's just not
mount it to the ceiling above your bed. Just lay there and look up.
Ooh, that'd be sexy.
That would be kind
That's
of...
actually
that'd be
it's
sexy.
actually like just shy of 6 feet, so
Oh,
we're all over exaggerating, unfortunately.
No, I don't think I'm exaggerating.
Shut your mouth, Rob.
Maybe down here.
Just saying. You could make a floor out of it and cover it with a plate of glass.
Only it was touchscreen. Could you imagine if it was touchscreen?
Oh yeah. Oh, ridiculous.
Biggest iPad ever.
Why is it going to be an iPad?
I don't know, because nothing else is half as awesome right now.
True.
Speaking of touchscreens,
Yes.
to just a little so when also I haven't been able to complete sentences all day, just so you know. I pulled like a 6-day yesterday and my brain never caught up. Yeah, so remember before the last Mac announcement, some of the speculation was there will be a touchscreen iMac. You remember that?
Yeah. Maybe we thought the Air was going to be it and everything.
Yeah, so part of what I was doing last night was bug testing for a kiosk with a touchscreen. I sat in front of a touchscreen for a half hour and just basically tooled around and did bug testing to see what was up with software. And I can tell you after using that for a half hour that there will never be a desktop touchscreen device that is successful. I couldn't feel my elbow. Everything anybody has said is like, no, that's not good. Like the whole Minority Report thing doesn't work.
No.
Because your hands weren't meant to be up here.
Mm-hmm.
Like your anatomy doesn't support that. So I'm putting my foot down as an experienced user at this point and saying that.
Plenty of other models. I stumbled over on Newegg or Tiger Direct or something a few weeks ago and ended up in a whole section of touchscreen TVs from HP, maybe Dell has one.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. So they're really pushing for them. And I actually saw in one person's house that has more money than they should have to use. And it's like, really, how are they using it? I just can't see that happening.
They definitely have an application for interface stuff and like short usage, but as far as like home PC usage, I still think it's completely worthless.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, at least it has a keyboard, but
well, even then, all the mouse stuff is done by touchscreen.
Mm-hmm.
So you're still, like Rob said, you're still up here.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be up here for a
But
while.
why don't
go ahead, Chilla.
mount it into the desk? Mount it into the desk like you're looking down on.
That'd be the way.
Then
to
you have
do
an
it.
ergonomics problem where you're craning your neck and you ruin your spine.
You know what though? I mean, how many places have you seen where secretaries and maybe in banks or something, where you see the monitor down in the desk? What if it's a similar concept to that it's like at the right angle and everything? Like maybe there needs to be a little bit of a shift in ergonomics where for the show, I just set up my iPad here, and it won't work right now. And it's at the right angle, then I'm looking down at it, but I can, it's where my keyboard is over here,
Mm-hmm.
So what if we just kind of shift it? Why does the monitor have to be right in front of us,
Because then
and people are going to more say like, why not just get a tablet?
Mm-hmm. What was that, Chuck?
I said, but then you have to think that you're relying way too much on these consumers being willing to put in the extra effort to make sure that this stuff is set up right.
Well, there's that, but we're talking about we're talking about what if an iMac does it? I mean, everybody's subjected to their own faults as far as ergonomics. But when you have this is the touchscreen media center computer desk. I mean, there's a whole line of that. That could be the next trend. Like 3D was everywhere last year at CES. He's not. That's what he's giving me. He's not accepting this at all.
I'm not buying it.
Who wants to wear a pair of goggles or watch TV?
Exactly.
I'm still not buying that.
Yeah, that's been flawed to begin with. And then they actually, I was in Best Buy the other day. I've never used the TV ones that they've been promoting over the last year. I stuck my head in there during Avatar, and it's like it popped a little bit, but really it wasn't as effective as when I was in the theater at all. So the 3D is just flawed to begin with. Where it's not flawed is I picked up a nice copy of My Bloody Valentine that came with 4 pairs of the paper red and blue glasses. That's the way to do it. Chachi's again not accepting of this.
Wow, no.
Yeah. No? No?
You fail.
I think we just need to drop back and do it the old school way.
Fail. Fail.
But, we actually, Malengo and I were talking about this morning. I think Tech News Today was talking about they're starting to put 3D in, I think they set up $300 devices and TVs from Vivio. Have you guys heard anything about this?
Nope.
From Vizio?
Vizio. Yeah, I think that's the one.
Yeah, the only thing I saw them doing was they want to give away some kind of Android tablet device that's going to be their remote, and it's going to look like an iPad, but all the controls are going to be on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the big things I saw from them. I didn't see anything 3D wise.
But yeah, I guess the word is it's going to be, this is really the way 3D is going to get out there. Is it's just going to be in our TVs. The people out there buying new TVs are have that as an option and get it anyways. Just like Netflix is everywhere. Even it's come out on live. The video game service is going to start popping up as an app in these Vizio TVs.
That's what I just pulled up.
Yeah, and that's pretty big for them. Of course, OnLive is a service that instead of you having all the hardware in house, they do it in the cloud and they pretty much just stream you the video response to it. It works on Mac PCs and you can buy a little console for $100. That's perfect. I didn't know that. Well, I guess it makes sense. The TVs are basically just taking an input and producing video from the internet, which are already set up with Netflix and everything. So, do you guys think that'll be something for OnLive to finally pick up? I've seen a lot of ads for it lately.
Wait, what are we talking about?
I feel like it's one of those things like the Roku box that's going to be really killer for the geeks for a while, but we're not going to see it actually permeate any kind of consumer reception for 3 years.
Okay. Yeah, and I think they're really. If you look at the lineup of games, they're really pushing for the hardcore gamers.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Roku box has been around since 2002, and only this year do people actually care about it.
Yeah, I didn't realize they've been around that long.
Yeah.
The Vizio's doing a lot of stuff. Aside from that, I've seen some announcements for Disney's getting into 3D game. Supposedly, they're going to have at least commit to 15 titles for 2011, including The Lion King in 3D. So, I don't know. That's going to be a lot of conversion from old titles like that.
Yeah. I wonder if it'll be any good.
Yeah. So, aside from that, what else has been catching your attention there, Josh?
Well, Viacom sold HarmonX.
The Rock Band people,
yes. Yeah. So, once again, MTV is ceasing to connect with music.
Oh, so now we're going to have a Jersey Shore game instead.
Right.
That's good. That's good.
Right. So MTV gives the finger to anything relating to music, and HarmonX goes on to make another $1 trillion.
On the bright side, having the 3 Rock Band games at least, I haven't seen the MTV crapification affected in any of those games. So
you wouldn't have.
Well, then not necessarily, because they could have had a big hand in it. Maybe we're just licensing for promotion or whatever.
No, normally you would just get the MTV logo at the beginning of the game or on the back of the CD case, and MTV would move on.
Yeah.
But in this case, it didn't, because HarmonX was a chapter of MTV, so there was really no need to put their name on it. But everyone knew MTV was just like, this is mine. This is mine. You can't play with this. This is mine. And then they're like, we're done playing with you. We're selling you. Bye-bye.
That seems so weird. I mean, Rock Band's been doing good for numbers.
Right.
I mean, I don't think there's been a game of theirs that hasn't been in the top whatever since they've been releasing games. Right. And it's the original people that did Guitar Hero, so and they're branching out. Well, they got I think they did Dance Central. They got DJ Heroes, the other guys.
Right.
That's right. They pretty much just sold the brand to Activision as far as that goes.
Yeah, they're like, bye-bye, see you later, peace, get the fuck out of our yard.
Whoa.
Only one F-bomb per show. Remember that. Thanks. Getting that out of your system pre-show didn't work.
I guess not. You can't control it.
No.
You can't censor me.
You love your rock band. You haven't got it lately.
Right.
I still haven't fixed the red ring yet. So all right.
There's that. Paul Allen got his refile in on time to file the lawsuit against a humongous list of companies that stole the live search results from him.
Well, he sued like just about everybody, like Staples, Woolworths, Office Max. Like it was an incredible list.
Android, Google, Apple, Facebook,
YouTube, AOL, Apple, Yahoo, Netflix, eBay, Office Depot, Office Max, and Staples.
Right. He had until December 28th to refile the lawsuit with more specific details.
Yeah,
or the U.S. government was going to throw it out.
Because it was just a crazy broad.
Right.
I'm suing everybody because I'm suing everybody. And
right. So now he refiled the lawsuit and has narrowed it down to just the live results. The live search results and the unintrusive text message notifications on Android.
Wow.
Right.
And the basis for this is?
He's high.
He's high. Okay.
He's high. Sure.
I think I'll be able to accept that.
But, I mean, yeah, that's what he's suing for.
Incredible.
Let's see.
On a side note, I think one of the big things for 2011 is going to be bandwidth issues for everyone. Where it comes to cell phone phone companies, especially Sprint, Verizon, AT&T, I think you're going to see major changes. You're going to see more in where it comes to tiered data plans, more expensive data plans. We had an interesting conversation with Verizon about how they're going to restructure their business plans. For BlackBerries, I don't know if you know, a BlackBerry user that connects to a corporate Bez has to carry a extra $15 a month data plan. I think you're going to see where everyone's going to start having major bandwidth issues because there's just too much traffic.
Yeah, as we're seeing with AT&T with their iPhone problems, and I'm still wondering if Verizon's going to see the same issues. And actually, isn't there been issues with the Android phones since they've become more prevalent lately with Verizon?
Yeah, I know Sprint was complaining that they put the Blockbuster app on a couple of their devices, and they were complaining that everyone was watching Blockbuster. Well, you know what? Don't put the app on the device if you don't have the bandwidth to support it.
Exactly.
I think where the conversation today, Verizon stated that 75% of their data traffic comes from Facebook and YouTube. So I think you're going to see cell phone companies either have to restructure how their data plans work or somehow get more bandwidth.
Yeah, definitely. And you're seeing that a little bit with the net neutrality, because I know the proposed regulations have loosened things up for cable and DSL, but they still want to be able to control that there in the wireless zone.
Yeah, I feel like the wired connections are going to lose a bit of their sensitivity to bandwidth and that kind of thing, and maybe loosen up on caps a little bit, and all the wireless stuff is going to get clamped down really hard, especially as these companies roll out stuff like LTE and quote-unquote 4G and a bunch of whole new systems that haven't really seen any like massive countrywide rollouts. So it's going to be an interesting year of technology going wrong as people overuse it. To really simplify the whole situation.
They're saying LTE. They're saying LTE. You could burn through your 2 gig cap in an hour.
Yeah, I believe it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. One of the other things to that, and have you guys heard anything of this? I think it was the guy Paul Thurrott over at Windows Weekly, Windows Super Site. He's been following a story about the Windows phones. uploading a random 50 megabytes a day on their phones. That nobody knows where it's going, where it's coming from, and some people getting really close to their 2 gigabyte cap for the day.
Yep.
Like, I guess it's a bug just on the Windows phones, but then you got stuff like that. You know, what if something comes up with Android? Hey, what I say the last episode? People are going to start being afraid of their phones, especially when they start get overage fees on data from their Windows phone.
There's also been a lot of side issues as well about iPhone and Android apps. Just, I mean, like you download an app and you expect it to use it for one thing, and then there's all the privacy leaks of data being spit out otherwise, and so it's like a combination of data that you want that's using your cap and data that you don't really want to share that's using your cap too.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wonder if they'll have an effect on each other.
From the chat room, Chachi's in there saying, and here comes Rob with the facts. Piff. Facts.
I'm in there making...
Well, I think it's...
Go ahead, Chilla.
Verizon's charging, I think it's your 2 gig on your MiFi is $60 a month, and then each additional gig is $10 or $20 a month. I mean, you could get and you hear about kids that have their $500 text bill. You're going to get a $3,000 data bill.
Oh yeah. Well, I know for me, I got the little 5-point MiFi, and it's costing us $30 or $35 for 3 gigabytes a month. And that's, something I can hook a computer up to. Like we talked about, like, well, we could stream a show using the thing if there's no Wi-Fi at a point. It was like, yeah. And yeah, it's going to be $10 every gigabyte after that. So, I accidentally forget I leave that thing on and my laptop's hooked up to it. I just started to watch some HD Netflix. One, it probably won't go HD at that bandwidth over 3G.
Right.
But yeah, I could kill that real quick and cost a lot of money. So, and I think you're going to see a lot of that. These people saying, "Oh, MiFi, I have internet anyways, 3 gigabytes." That's a lot of stuff. And they're going to do, what they're doing on their FiOS and find out real quick how that's wrong.
Yeah, there's a small company. I'm guessing it's based off of Sprint. It's called Clear. I don't know if you've seen them in the mall.
I get mail from them all the time. I just got a letter from them today trying to get their service.
Yeah,
I actually bought their MiFi. It's $25 a month, and it's unlimited data.
Cricket's been doing some crazy stuff. I was actually in a Walmart up in Cranberry, north of the city here. And let me see if I can find it, but they were selling just a little, USB dongle for their 3G, $30 a month. I think it said unlimited, or maybe it was 3 gigabytes. But yeah, I mean, and you're putting that like right in the middle of Walmart, next to the track phones and all that stuff. People are going to pick that up that don't understand gigabytes, guys. And there's just going to be, hopefully, since it's a prepaid system with Cricket, hopefully, cuts them off or something. But, when they go home, again, college, I like the Clear I'd look at, and I was like, this would be perfect for the college student who's moved from dorm to dorm, doesn't have, internet on campus. I know there's a couple of those I've heard of lately, which I can't believe campus is not having internet in this day and age, right?
But, well, I actually got a Cricket device because I actually lost power in my old apartment for 3 days and I couldn't go without internet.
There you go.
So I figured, why not go down to Cricket and buy disposable internet? And the USB device was free. It was at the time it was $20 a month. So I paid $20 for 3 days of internet. But and I talked to the lady and she goes, "Well, it's not really unlimited." What she told me was your first 2 gig is no problems, and then what they actually do is they limit your bandwidth after that. So she said you'd probably literally be at a 56K connection.
So they throttle you, so you're not completely without it. So that's interesting. Well, it's just like the old iPhone plan. I know I'm still grandfathered into mine that was always pegged as unlimited, but really after 50 gigabytes, they're going to start pegging you. Or 55 gigabytes. Sorry. You all right over there?
Yeah. I'm good. What up?
Is he stroking out?
I don't know.
I was playing with the tripod. Yeah. We're good.
There's a lot of equipment over there still. But yeah, I mean, it's everything's becoming more, more available to everybody, but I don't think there's much of the education happening, for how much it's going to cost them in the end. So, and we talked about before, the Android devices popping up on Even Cricket just popped up on their front page there for me. So, I think that's going to continue. I think we're going to see more devices. We're going to see more dumbed down devices that aren't going to play Angry Birds. Android's going to keep going as far as that goes. And really nix out that BlackBerry market. And we'll see plenty of them. We'll be sick of Android after this week with CES, I'm sure.
Right.
So.
And another thing, speaking of Verizon, that was leaked earlier today, I think, they've changed their upgrade policy.
That was my story.
What was that?
I said, that was my story.
Too bad.
I had it up and ready to go, waiting for Chilla to stop talking, and you're like, bam! Verizon's doing this.
So they're nixing early upgrades and new every 2 program. Their verbiage is annual upgrade customers on 2-year contracts will no longer be able to upgrade in months 13 to 20 of their 24-month contract as a standard policy. So that's no going in for an early upgrade and getting any kind of discount on it. And the new every 2 customers will no longer be enrolled in new every 2 at the time of activation / upgrade after January 16th.
So, what does that mean? Does that mean we're nixing this so everybody doesn't jump on the iPhone when they announce it later this week?
That's what I would think.
It seems like it. I'm sure the Wall Street Journal's already reported that as fact.
Right.
Because it's been fact that it's coming. It's been fact. It's on the front page, and that's why everybody asked me, I heard the iPhone works coming to Verizon. I'm going to hold out for that. I was like, yeah, hold your breath on that one, buddy.
Keep waiting.
Yeah, exactly. Keep waiting, please, I hope it does come out this week so we can stop hearing about it.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It'll give people one less thing to talk about every week.
Since you had the story, Peg, did you have anything more to add to this?
No.
No?
No, I was just trying to generate things to talk about.
Oh, okay,
right.
Good. Thank you for your almost contribution.
Right.
Speaking of annoying topics, do we actually think the white iPhone is ever going to happen?
No.
The white what now?
The white iPhone?
Who cares?
It's about right.
There's still people out there who care a lot. Not me, but there are people.
Well, I want to see a person that owns an iPhone that doesn't have a color case over the top of it. Even if it's just a black one that, if you want a white iPhone, just
like that,
buy it in case.
No
like
case.
what?
That one? Like this?
No case.
Like that.
Oh, there was no case there? I couldn't tell past the
Not
Lego
even a
blocks.
bumper, not anything.
So you're living brave, man. Now how is it doing for scratches?
I don't have a single scratch. I do have, where is it? I have a slight scuff on the plastic. It didn't hit the metal rim, it hit the plastic.
Mm-hmm.
There's a band of plastic that's around the glass that's in between the metal and the glass. And that was because I was chasing after my cat, and it slipped out of my hoodie pocket and hit the floor. But otherwise, not a scratch on it. No complaints whatsoever. I'm that's that whole sentence thing kicking in. I'm an industrial designer, and as an industrial designer, this is a very beautiful device, and I do not put anything on it. Also because it doesn't really need it. Unless you're super clumsy, then you absolutely need something. But as we discussed many moons ago, Antennagate was mostly just sensationalism, and it's pretty solid as it is.
I got a nice little crack in my 3GS here. I'm imagining. I don't think it's from a drop per se, but I know when I had the original Edge phone that I got secondhand, which had plenty of scuffs on it to begin with. But I know I dropped that straight on concrete a couple of times down at the Penn Celebration that one time. I need a case. I'm one of those guys. I've already dropped my iPad once, a week after I had it. Hence why I have this big thing on it. But I like that it has a handle, and everything. I keep receipts in.
Wow.
Yeah, it happens.
Wow.
I keep my stuff in it. Anyways, yeah, it's it's rare. It's rare that somebody doesn't have the case. I know my brother has a really small case on his, but I don't know. What about the glass gate? I guess you don't have to worry about that since you don't have a case.
The what?
The glass gate where like something was getting in the cases and cracking the Gorilla Glass underneath.
Oh, yeah. I don't have to worry about that because there's nothing between the glass and the outside world. The only sort of case I use is when I'm at work because there's a lot of particulates floating around in the air. As I have a Ziploc bag that is exactly the same size as my iPhone. So that keeps like dust and stuff out of it while it's at work because that destroyed my 3GS. But otherwise, like as soon as I leave work, it comes out of the bag.
Yeah, I remember you had a lot of problems. You told me about issues with your button.
Oh yeah, my home button. It was notorious on the 3G and the 3GS. I don't know if it's a problem with the 4, but just the way they seal up the button. You might not know it, but there's like a pound of lint in there, and that can really mess up the button. And the dock connector gets garbled pretty easily. Pro tip: if you ever need to clean out your dock connector, $1 bill and fold it up, and then just rub it between the connector inside there. It does a pretty good job because it's a linen, not a paper.
I know Chachi lets his phone go bare.
Yeah.
You're all good.
It's naked.
It's naked. You know,
Naked.
nice G1. You're the classic phone. That's you're old school over there.
I like it.
Old 1.6 and everything.
So Chilla sent me a link.
Yeah.
To talk about since Rob stole mine. Dick.
Yeah, well, cry about it, you big baby.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Right there, buddy.
Yeah.
Right there, buddy.
Thank you for censoring
Right
yourself
there,
for a second
buddy.
time there. Thank you. Thank you.
I can't see what you're doing. Why are you holding up your fist?
Apparently Best Buy is going to start giving you money for old electronics.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
You
that
know,
sounds
I noticed
real.
they have a lot of recycling bins for everything from like game controllers to who knows what else.
And by money, they mean gift cards.
Of course.
For Best Buy.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
And what killed me? Oh, go ahead, Chachi.
So it says that Best Buy, the buyback program will give people up to 50% of the original purchase for used gear. And by that they mean within 6 months. And then it drops every 6 months to the point where by the time something is 2 or 3 years old, they're only getting 10 or 20%.
So you should really just go to Gazelle? Is that what I'm getting at on this?
Right.
Well, you know, but the point is, like, okay, Gazelle, anybody can go to Gazelle. You know, we've heard of Gazelle because we listen to these tech podcasts and everything like that. The general person hasn't heard of Gazelle. The general person, the only place they know to buy electronics is the Best Buy. You know, if
Yeah,
they
that's
have
true.
one.
I feel this
You
is
know,
like another example of like trade-in games at GameStop, and where you trade in a $40 game and they give you like $5 and then they sell it for $20. Like there are much better ways to get money for used games, but if you don't know any better, that's all you got.
Was that Chilla?
When I think when you look at like the Best Buy sales model, you're going to see, okay, people are going to think, okay, now I can buy this 70-inch TV. I can return it in 6 months for the next biggest TV. I get 50% of my money back. I'm going to buy something new, and you know that kind of stuff Best Buy is going to resell.
Yeah.
So they're just making money hand over fist based on, okay, well, we're going to give you some of your money back, but then we're going to remake the profit margin again on the new device. I think it's just a huge pyramid money-making scheme.
So they're counting on people attempting to game the system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean,
and
go ahead.
They're going to make $1 off of it.
Yeah. So, and that's the only reason any of these guys are, you know, you hear everybody from like Target to Best Buy doing used video game sales now because they see how much money GameStop's making. It's a really bad time for them to be experimenting with it since everybody from EA to, you know, Steam and everybody's kind of pulling out of the physical video game scheme here. But, you know, I don't know. It's really sketchy, you know. I've never seen the prices really even out either. as far as it goes for them.
Yeah.
So, but that's going to be different probably than this system. Now, you say this is a recycling program or a return system, or how is this being promoted?
I think that's being promoted as kind of a returns program, but within like the same week they started this, I'm pretty sure they've rolled out a full electronics recycling program, which is pretty like the only good thing I've seen out of Best Buy in, I don't know, a decade.
Yeah. I can't even keep up with what all they have there. I passed that bin the other day and was like, wow, I have a bunch of old stuff down here I don't want to just toss out, because I'm trying to be a little more conscious about that. And I don't think even here in the city of Pittsburgh, I know they have the single stream operation, but they don't cover electronics like that.
Well, actually, Construction Junction recently,
you've mentioned,
because they used to work with I forget what it's called. There's a local green recycling company that you can pay to take any of your electronics.
Oh.
But they just took a giant donation from Panasonic or something like that made all electronic recycling donations free.
Oh,
so
wow.
if you live in the city of Pittsburgh and you want to get rid of some electronics, talk to Construction Junction. They will be happy to take them.
I'll see if I can look that up here on the Google. Fantastic, yeah. Because I know, like, Best Buy, like, I've gone in there when mine stopped working here. Of course, I use a lot of kind of used parts in here to keep the studio going. But once these guys go, I go in there and I think they're down to $10 now. But it used to be $30 a pop to bring in a monitor. They give you it back as a gift card, for Best Buy. But usually if I need to go pick up a hard drive or some other equipment that I know they have there, I'll go ahead and do it anyways, and I know it's going the right place. They'll take towers. They won't take cards. I think I was telling you guys this the other night. They won't take like modems or anything like that. So if, they might end up with a tower from me with like 6 modems. 56K if that. And I'm sure the person that takes that apart is gonna be really entertained by that. They seem thrilled when I bring in 2 cars worth of stuff too. But really, I don't think too many people take advantage of this.
I just tossed a link in the chat room for the Construction Junction thing.
Excellent.
So on Gazelle.
Did you look up your phone?
Yeah, let me redo it. Let me bring it back up. I had it.
For anybody who isn't familiar with Gazelle, the way it works is you go to gazelle.com and and then they ask you what device you have. They ask you what condition it's in, whether or not you have all the cables and adapters and stuff, and then they give you an estimate of how much it's worth. And they'll send you a box for free. Then you put your thing in the box, you send it back to them, and if it is in the condition that you said it was in, they can send you a check. They can give you an Amazon gift card, whatever you want. If it is in less condition, they'll make an offer for it, and you also have the option to send something to them and just tell them to recycle it.
So, if I spend $5 to replace the back cover on my G1, Gazelle will give me $60 for the G1.
There you go.
If I don't replace the back cover, they'll give me $52.
And if you brought that to Best Buy, it'd be worth like $5.
Right.
Yeah. There you go. I think you just cut in a little bit of your phone upgrade price there.
Yeah.
Now, Radio Shack had a system like this a few months ago, didn't they? Because they were taking old iPhones towards a purchase of a new iPhone.
Right.
Oh, yeah, they made it so if you had, I forget what it was, it might have been a 3GS, I think. If you turned in a 3GS, you could get an iPhone 4 for $25.
Mm.
But that was just I think that was a short term, like just that day or something like that.
Mm.
Well, now, can you buy from them, or it's just a for sale site?
Gazelle is only for sale. They resell the electronics through other channels.
Amazon.
Is it through Amazon?
I don't know. I was just guessing.
It probably is Amazon. I don't know.
Yeah, and I know, and the stuff they take, I know I have a few old flip phones. If I wanted to get rid of them, they'll take stuff like that, and I guess they have responsible recycling. They don't offshore it or anything like that. So look, we're doing a Gazelle ad.
Everything is on the shores of the USA.
Mhm.
They don't do anything overseas, no child labor, anything like that. And they work with a whole list of very responsible recycling companies.
Yeah, and I know that was a concern because I do some work for an environmental group here in Pittsburgh, and I had brought up Gazelle because they had a lot of old equipment that they when they started doing the podcasting thing a few years ago, that's been far outdated. And I was like, well, why don't you put out the Gazelle? And they're like, well, I got to make sure they're, actually green recycling and responsible and all that stuff. So, hey, there's some very official stuff looking badges down at the bottom of their site. So that sold it for me. Chilla, go ahead and share that, which you just put in the chat room there.
Oh, I can. I have an old iPhone 3G, and it's actually funny. I dropped it and took it into the Apple Store, and they gave me a brand new one. And then a month later, I got the 3GS. So I actually have a 3G in pretty much pristine condition.
Mm-hmm.
And I ran through without the cables and adapters or anything, just for the phone itself. I can get $100,
which is amazing because you can
which
get
is
what a 3G.
Yeah, I agree. It's amazing.
A 3G or a 3GS you can get refurbished from AT&T now. I saw last week, $20,
Right.
like for an 8 gigabyte, and then you can probably get almost $100 back if you want to turn around on Gazelle. That's got to be people gaming this.
Well, I put my PS2 through Gazelle.
Old school, not slim or anything.
Right.
Okay.
Original series PS2, and Gazelle offered me $20. That's it.
That's probably more than you get from GameStop. I
Right.
mean, how much are they probably selling for $30, aren't they?
Right. GameStop wouldn't even take it.
Oh yeah, at this
Yeah.
point.
Wait, a buddy of mine at work, his son wanted the PS3. They took their PS2, 40 games, the guitar from Guitar Hero, and a bunch of other junk, multiple controllers. He took it into GameStop. I can give you $40 for everything. So that's less than $1 a game and nothing for the system, controllers and whatnot.
Right.
So
I see the guy go in there with 6 games. I think they offered him about $15 for the whole lot. There's a bunch of sports like Madden or something was in there. I thought he was going to punt the clerk when he told him how much they were worth. He was like, "Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding?" He said more than that, but Chachi already used up our F word for this episode.
I'm sorry.
So like, yeah, hey, I could have illustrated a point there.
Hey, you know what?
You know, hey,
Bleep
hey,
my
buddy.
bleeping bleep, bleeper.
I got you.
Whoa.
Man. Another story.
I'm dropping some hard bleeps.
Yeah,
up in
you
here.
are dropping some hard bleeps. We got this in the rundown over on the delicious.com/awesomecast, where we like to put a lot of our stories over there. But Mayor of Newark, New Jersey starts Twitter blizzard cleanup snowpocalypse revolution. Why is that so hard to say? Of course, while we're on break, New York City and surrounding areas, the whole East Coast got slammed. I know my sister-in-law got stuck here. The mega bus wouldn't run. Wouldn't give her from day after Christmas until Friday. Amtrak. If the train won't run, there's a problem.
Yeah.
That's pretty rough. But here it is. There's a little Newark, New Jersey's popular mayor, Newark of all places. Newark. We've been through there. Remember the smell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad.
The good old home stomping.
Oh boy, hey, that's your stomping grounds.
Sorry, Rob. It smells.
Newark is a terrible place. You have to go through Newark to get to most concert venues.
Anywhere good.
Roll up your windows and lock the doors, kids. You're not stopping at any red lights tonight.
No way. I had a bus stop down there. That was rough. They're using Twitter to help with the cleanup. Of course, this is from about a week ago, posted on the 29th of December. While the phone lines over the tri-state area remained a joke, try calling the airline or public hotline here, according to Engadget. Twitter was presented... tell me what it is. Apparently, he was reaching out to give everybody heads up on what streets need plowed. Via Twitter.
Gotta get those kids to school.
Yeah, gotta get those Newark kids to school, Well, no, because it was on Christmas vacation. Nobody's going anywhere.
I'm gonna get a little hyper local. Did any of you guys get the flyer from Mr. Lukey Ravenstall?
I did. The emergency
the
snow
contingency
routes.
evacuation emergency plan I screwed up last winter, and I'm really sorry. Please don't kick me out of office.
Was there anything interesting out? I mean, we had basically all of us got this pamphlet with a giant fold-out map. Now I'm a fan
Which
of
is
maps.
wrong.
Which is wrong.
Yes. One of the streets in my neighborhood is completely mislabeled
Nobody's
and
gonna
in
go
the wrong spot.
Nobody's gonna go up and check your neighborhood. You're in the ghetto, man.
Right there.
Nobody cares about your neighborhood.
No, nobody
Come
cares.
on.
Nobody's. You're screwed up there. Nobody goes up the hill. Your train will not run. Do you get an emergency route out there even?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They'll be the last one. They'll be the last one
We got
plowed next
two.
year. Oh yeah?
Yeah. 2 emergency routes.
Fantastic. Mine's like a block away.
So is mine.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So yeah, that was fun. This has absolutely nothing to do with social media, does it?
No, it's
No.
not. But it's about Pittsburgh, so it's important.
Okay.
That's what the guy
Yeah.
gets for being a mean douche.
Yeah. To catch up all you non-locals, our mayor is how old is he?
28.
28. So
28?
he's like the youngest mayor of anything ever or whatever. And
He's done a bang up job.
What was that?
He's done a bang up job there.
A bang up job of getting things done or whatever the heck his tagline is, and buying $10,000 trash cans. But last winter we got pummeled and none of the streets got cleared for like 2 weeks. So this year he gave us a map that said, "I promise I'm not going to do that again."
He was born February 6th in 1980, so he is currently 30. He's a year older
Oh,
than
wow.
I am. So
He's like a full-blown adult at this point.
yeah, he's in his grown-up pants now.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, yeah. He got a second hand after the elected mayor passed away shortly after being elected. So it was real unfortunate as far as that goes. But hey, there's a picture of him because we're getting the AFL. Yay!
Norm
Arena football.
wants you to talk about the new PodCamp website.
There's a new PodCamp website,
And that's all we have to say about that.
and it's on Squarespace.
It is on Squarespace. That's kind of a big
People were
deal.
really excited that we moved that over to Squarespace today. Of course, we're not done with that.
I didn't even notice.
You didn't even notice.
I didn't go, honestly.
You just no idea.
Hmm.
So yeah.
What's it's not podcamppittsburgh.com or what?
Well, you go to podcamppittsburgh.com, and if the script works, it should forward you right over there. It doesn't work all the time, I noticed, so I'm going to work on that as well. But yeah, I've been tinkering with it and just kind of wanted to do a pretty simple thing, clean it up, take PodCamp Pittsburgh 5 off of it. Since we've been promoting the evening with PodCamps and everything. And they're right. It's pretty damn easy over at Squarespace. And, I'm considering moving
I can't get there.
What's that?
I said I can't get there. If I go to podcamppittsburgh.com, it's the PodCamp Pittsburgh 5 site.
Yeah, for some reason, and this is one of the reasons we were moving, because we were having some problems with WordPress where it wouldn't refresh certain stuff. Like for the last couple months, since November 16th, it pops up the last evening with PodCamp page, and it doesn't show any new posts sometimes. But if you go to any other page, it should forward you over to the Squarespace site. But if you want to check that out, it's podcamppittsburgh.squarespace.com until we switch over to the .com. I just wanted to make sure I got everything off of the old site before we did that completely. But yeah, I've been pretty happy with it so far. Even I know Missy, wife of the show, was messing with it last night and said it's really easy to update. She was editing pages. You know, we have a nice little history section we were working on for PodCamps. It's been going for over 5 years now. I guess I can show you people here real quick. So, and that's all I have to say on that. Oh, it looks like he found it.
Yeah.
While we're talking about PodCamp, we should probably mention the next evening with PodCamp Pittsburgh on January 13th.
Yeah, go for that, Rob, while I bring it up.
Yeah. It will be at the Art Institute of Pittsburgh, same place we had PodCamp, with Kelly Mays. I'm throwing that out there.
I think it's Mays, yes.
Let's see. Norm is our host again. What does she do? Ranked number 1 on Amazon, number 1 in Google for female rapper. And she was recently named to Pittsburgh Magazine's 40 Under 40 list and boasts a unique perspective. So if you're interested in that, head on podcampittsburgh.com or podcampittsburgh.squarespace.com if you want to save yourself a minute of forwarding. And that is scheduled for 6:30. Start at 7 and wrap up at stabilizing at 8. So, favorite. You know how many heads to expect.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, I hear that. Hey, yeah, I think that's my fault. Okay. Sorry. But yeah, all that information over at podcampittsburgh.com, podcampittsburgh.squarespace.com. That should, we should be getting that swapped over here in the next couple of days. But I wanted to get that over there, so all of our new posts were going there. And we're taking requests. If there's anything PodCampy you want added to it, just go ahead and contact us over there on the Handy Contact Us page. And we'll see what we can do with it. We're learning Squarespace. So, and I like it because I mentioned that I was converting this and maybe another site or two over to Squarespace from WordPress. As kind of, doing the whole content creation thing, I'm kind of tired of having to tinker with stuff. WordPress is great. WordPress is fantastic. Nice free solution. You get cheap hosting, toss it on there. I know. Well, Chachi, you're at the .com, aren't you?
What?
Never mind. You're on the WordPress.com.
Right.
But I'm kind of like, I'm tired of having to tinker and really have to get into it if I want to do a theme. And it really is like for the designer in me that's just doesn't want to code, not that I can't. It's nice. Like you click on something, it shows up all the CSS, attributes and everything. Like I clicked on the border and found all the attributes for it. It was really nice as far as that goes. And I know, Rob, you've been working on some CSS to implement, for something a little more custom.
Yeah, just tinkering around with it, and eventually, sometime maybe, we'll make it look. Certainly before the next PodCamp, we'll spruce things up a bit and get our whole brand experience out there to throw out some awesome words.
Exactly. Yeah, we've had the same website for like PodCamp 3, so
it
was time for an upgrade. It was time to switch things up, and there's a quick link to the Flickr and everything. So it's pretty cool as far as that goes. Actually, I think the next step is going to be moving these productions over to it. So we're going to be messing with that over the next few weeks. So any tips or tricks if you're a Squarespace user? I know there's a couple people out there that are responding to me today. There was a question about were you able to just import, export? It was pretty easy after I figured out kind of how they worked it, because it just dumps all the posts into one page, and I have to make sure it's the page I want. So as far as that goes, I know Norm and Beth in the chat are mentioning Bird Baby said she's been having problems with the comments. I don't know the problems with that just yet. I don't know if there's spam issues or what. But I don't know. They really pushed themselves on not having to worry about getting slammed with DOSs and everything. So I'd imagine they have the spam taken care of too. But we'll have to see. We'll see as that comes. Because we definitely get enough people come to the podcampittsburgh.com that if that's an issue, I know we saw a few through the WordPress that we had to nix, but that wasn't a problem there. So I don't know. So that's the update on PodCamp. So, go ahead.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. I guess on that note,
no.
You got something. You got another story?
Yes.
Okay.
And I have to cover this.
Okay.
Because I saw it in a Delicious, and it has to be said. I posted it in the chat room, but apparently in China they made a real life Angry Birds game with full size slingshot. And basically, you fling stuffed birds at stuffed pigs and knock them over.
One sec, I'll bring a picture up for our video people.
But it's kind of like, it's basically a carnival game. And it's amazing.
Just a little glimpse at it there. Yeah, it's got the pigs lined up. It's a big slingshot. This needs to come to America.
Right
here.
Yeah.
You can kind of recreate this because they have the stuffed animals on their website. I was so close to getting one for Christmas, for somebody for Christmas. So close. And that thing would just get tossed everywhere, right?
Right.
So.
And that's one of those toys where if you you're just throwing it around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
then it sits on your desk and then it gets dusty.
Then you throw it and get all the dust off again.
Right.
Yeah, I have a Tux Penguin. I love my Tux Penguin, and he's fantastic to bring out and show people how much of a nerd I am. But to be honest, he's really just a dust collector.
Fantastic! Wow, Tux Penguin. Do they even use that anymore? As a, I can't remember the last time I've seen the Penguin.
Well, anything that's true Linux.
Oh, the true Linux.
The true Linux, just bare bones Linux. You're used to seeing distros. Oh,
I got you. Yeah, I haven't seen that for ages. So yeah, I hear you. Excellent. Well, I guess the big thing next week, we're going to be, we should be live here at the same time, but not here. We will be over at, the Sharp Edge downtown Pittsburgh on, Penn Avenue, doing the 5-year anniversary for the Wrestling Mayhem show. So, that should be a good time in front of an audience again, like we were back at PodCamp Pittsburgh. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Is Chachi excited for it?
I'm excited for it. Should be fun.
Excellent. So, and I'm curious. I think we're going to be talking a little bit about longevity in podcasting, so that's pretty much is the theme of the night. Like one that has lasted this long, and they're not owned by somebody that used to be on TV. So I'm kind of curious. This is a chance for everybody to interact maybe a little bit. Hit us up. What do you listen to that's been around for a while? I know for me, I realize a lot of times it's like kind of the bigger network stuff, or local friends, or guys there have radio shows that just happen to podcast them. That have been around for like 10 or 11 years. So let us know, what are you listening to otherwise podcasting, and how long's it been, and what what's kind of the key to them sticking around. We've kind of had this discussion at PodCamp on some panels too, and I think it'll be interesting to have it in person there. And we'll talk about whatever comes up. I'm sure we'll be talking about if there's anything lame or not from CES this week. We'll probably know that there won't be an iPhone on Verizon, so we'll have that there. Go check it out. We have the information over at sorgatronmedia.com. Yeah, and join us there. Join us online, and we'll have a good time with that. So, let's go around the horn. Chachi, anything you want to talk about, put out there before we get out?
Nope,
you're good?
I'm good.
Not even promote your show from this week?
No, I'm good.
And that, no, nothing?
No, I'm good.
Nothing? Don't go to chachisays.net and check out the latest episode?
Not really.
No?
No.
Okay.
I mean, they're not going to anyhow.
They're not going to anyhow?
Yeah, no, don't go to chachisays.net.
Don't go to chachisays.blip.tv and check out the latest episode where Chachi didn't jump into the river?
Right. All false.
Okay.
This is all just a big rumor. Never happened. Don't go to chachisays.net. Don't watch the videos.
This is messing with my head, man. Sheila, what's up with you that you want to throw out there before I let you go?
Yep, I don't have anything. Thanks.
Thanks. Check them out at Sheila at least over there. Fantastic.
We just don't care.
Thank you, Sheila, for being on. It's been great. You had some great insight there to help us out because it's been a little slow getting back here after the break, it seems.
Yeah, it was awesome hanging out. Hopefully I can come back sometime.
Excellent. And Rob De La Creta. Anything coming up with you want to put out there?
Rob De La Creator.
The Creator.
The Creator. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have anything going on. I'm kind of disappointed I didn't make it to the Mon jump.
I was disappointed as well. Because I figured it wasn't a new year without you telling us how absolutely insane we were for jumping into the Mon on New Year's Day, which we didn't do an episode of Chachi Says on.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because what happened? Oh, I ended up waking up a little bit late, and then when we got down there, they weren't letting anybody to the right hand side where there was parking. And then I just did like 2 laps around the parking lot and left.
It's amazing how much of a cluster it was for being what seemed to be less people than last year.
Did it really seem like less people? I couldn't
was less
tell.
in our group.
It was also really warm too.
There wasn't as many people in our group. It didn't seem like we were pushed as far down the river. The problem was that everybody stood under the bridge because it was raining, which is really ironic since half of them are jumping in the river. So
you wouldn't want to get wet or anything.
We don't want to get wet or anything. I mean, come on, I looked at the footage. My hair looked like it already jumped in. But Yeah, it was great. I think the only thing was, there was definitely ice on the river the day before up by the locks. So, yeah, it was kind of rough as far as that goes. But we learned our lessons. I came out with minimal scrapes and everything. Chachi, you didn't come up with any extra appendages or anything.
I came up with no cuts, no bruises, no extra body parts, and no new superpowers.
No new superpowers. Maybe next year.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Fantastic. UncleCrappy.com, who's been on the show. Go there. He's got a bunch of pictures by Berg Baby and some videos and stuff on there as well. So please go check that out. Well, I guess that's it, guys. Sorgatron.com. I've been doing some blogging, throwing some shout outs to people. Keep an eye over at SorgatronMedia.com. We have some stuff coming up, information about what's going on next week, guests coming up, everything like that. Please, of course, drop us a line, contact at AwesomeCast.com or 724-25-ACAST. That's 724-252-2278. There's a lot of twos. Also, please go check our videos out. However works for you. AwesomeCast.blip.tv, YouTube.com/InAwesomeCast. We're on iTunes. Just look us up there. There's a few of us, but look for that logo over there in the corner. And of course, we're on MediaFly. We're on, I don't know how many devices that are going on out there, but MediaFly.com, you can find out how to do that and just look us up on there, on your Roku box, on your Boxy. And those two were also on Blip TV. What would I say? Popcorn Hour, Zunes, Creative Zen, maybe. So all that stuff. Go check it out. Thanks a lot. Thanks to Chilla. Thanks for Chachi for being here again. Rob, you're our awesome audience. We'll see you guys next week.
Seen his damn belt still spinning around his waist.
She is a beautiful, beautiful woman that does not need to be corrupted by the likes of Kevin Nash and Scott Hall.
Now, do you have annoying stains in your jeans? What? Do you have stains?
Those are two different people.
Rios didn't even have a car. He had to
exactly.
bus to the arenas.
He had to take Pat Transit.
Wrestling Mayhem Show
.com.
There he is.
Can you see me? I can't. Yeah.
No, you're not going to see me.
You can't. You can see me.
Yeah. I don't have a camera hooked up to this computer. Well, that looks pretty nice. Well, okay, it's your bottom of your face, but now are you on 3G?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I am on 3G. I don't know if you can hear me because I'm like in a store.
I can hear you fine.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'm on 3G.
What store are you in?
Giant Eagle.
Excellent. Give us a tour of Giant Eagle.
Giant Eagle. Did you get my when I tried to Skype in?
Yeah, it popped up, but it would have bumped off one of our guys.
I thought you said that there was a line open before. That's why I'm trying to call back.
No, I think I said there isn't. There is not a line open. I'm going to add some here in the near future.
Oh, yeah, check this out. Hold on. Can you see that?
Yes.
Well, that's awesome.
And also
rocking on the frozen aisle.
Malengo's giving us a tour of the frozen foods aisle, Chachi.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
I'm pretty sure. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, there we go.
I'm pretty sure I can get kicked out for that. I said I'm pretty sure I can get kicked out for this.
Most
you can't
likely.
really see anything.
Enough.
How crappy it looks.
Enough. I mean, we're also seeing it they're seeing it like on whatever video over Justin TV, but like on the monitor, it's fuzzy. Oh, it's fuzzy, but I can make it out.
Yeah, okay.
I apparently need to buy new cords.
Forget I came into the store now.
What's that?
So I forgot why I came into the store.
Now, are you holding it right side up? Are you holding the phone upright?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Let's see if I can also put it on the other way in landscape. All right.
Perfect.
Going down the snack aisle. I had to get pop. That's what I had to get. The wife wanted me to get stuff.
It's definitely a low frame rate, but I can't really tell if that's you or me, you know? But,
It looks a lot better on this view, which is weird because the other camera is the higher, the other camera is the better one.
Oh, it's because you're closer to it.
Yeah, it could be a tip.
Yeah.
Drinks. She wanted something specific. As you can tell, I'm a great husband.
Excellent.
I go out of my way to get stuff for my wife. I don't even remember what you wanted. Something with cherries. This looks good. Hold on. I'll let the viewers choose.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. A real microphone.
We're going with
yeah, cherry Coke.
Cherry Coke or cherry Coke.
Hot Wheels.
Cherry Coke. Alright, let's just do this.
Hot Wheels, your fellow black man in the chat room says you need tacos. Or wait, maybe that's the other guy in the chat room. Pizza. Pizza. I'm completely tacking this on the end of the show, by the way. What's that?
Alright, that's whatever.
You're gonna be. This is gonna be awesome, dude. Just
I should probably leave though before I get hungry. What was that?
You can like tie this to your hat, and you can be like I Malengo. That's fantastic.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember. Last time I did it. All right. I like chocolate.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Now we know how well this works.
Can't be in that. Can't be in this aisle. It's not good for my work.
Yeah, get away from that chocolate, man.
I know. All right.
All right. Thanks a lot. I'll see you at work tomorrow. He's still going. Hello.
Yeah.
Later, man.
All right. See ya.
Oh, let's see. Let's give that a good rating.